Hi everyone, welcome and thank you for being here. Today's class is going to be a little stretchy flow. Now, I really invite you to assess yourself, meaning that if there's any of the poses that we're going to go through that you really think that you do not want to, or it doesn't feel comfortable, or maybe you have some pain or aches and you really don't want to go to those poses, please feel free to modify, to change the pose completely. If you feel like a hamstring stretch is going to be too much, then you can go sit back on your heels, take a child's pose, you decide. Remember that the classes are only suggestions that I am offering to you, but it doesn't mean that you have to go to all the poses, nor that you want to go to all the poses. Maybe you can, but you really don't want today. So, as usual, be honest with yourself, listen to your body, to what you want, to your energy, and go to where you really want to go. Now, we're going to be stretching. Some of the stretches, we are going to do them a little bit more actively. And so I want you to pay attention to what happens when we are used to going into a super passive pose, and then all of a sudden someone is asking us to go to the same pose but more actively. And I want you to just face the challenges that this brings to you. All right. So without talking any longer, of course, if you have any props, if you have blocks, amazing. If you have straps, whatever it is that will support your practice, if you need it, please bring it to you. And let's begin. So we're going to start today laying down on our bellies. So very gently, take your way there. You can use the back of your hands, your forearms, or maybe a block to rest your forehead on. Legs a little bit wider than hip width. Nice. And let's take a big releasing breath, inhaling through the nose and sigh it out through the mouth. And then you can wiggle the hips side to side. And we come to find stillness. I invite you to take your attention to your breath without modifying or judging, just paying attention to the pattern of your breath. I invite you to inhale and exhale through your nose. And when possible, try to keep this breath throughout the class, always in and out through the nose. And I want you to notice when we inhale, as the tummy grows big, and when we exhale, we relax and melt. Inhale, we grow big, chest and tummy expands, and when we exhale, we relax and release. Notice, since we have the pressure of the floor against us, where is the expansion created? On the back. And take a little scan of your body, if there are any tension. I invite you to use your breath to release. Inhale and take the air to any sticky, achy parts of your body, and when you exhale, let it melt down. Let's do one more releasing breath, inhaling through the nose, Exhale, side it out. Nice. Very gently, now we are going to slightly engage our glutes. Press the floor through the front of your legs down and lift your head. Place your elbows down and lift the torso for an sphinx. So your elbows are under your shoulders. You are pressing, pushing the floor away. Your neck is in line with the spine. Gaze towards the front. Spread your fingers, and you can press the floor with your forearms and bring your elbows closer to your body without losing the pressure against the floor to create a little bit more lengthening on the spine. Shoulders, try not to collapse on the shoulders, but rather push the floor away through your elbows and your forearms. Remember, your glutes and your legs are engaged. And from here, very gently, we are going to take the head to the right, back to center, to the left. Remember to keep breathing, feeling the tummy in, to the right, back to center, to the left, back to center. And then we inhale here. Exhale, drop your head down without losing the shoulders, without collapsing, just the neck and the head. Inhale back to center. And now we're going to do half circles. So we take the head to the right and then we drop it all the way down. And we lift it up to the left and then again drop it down. And up one more time. Down and up to the left, and we go back to center. Inhale here. Exhale, drop it down to the floor. Place your hands underneath your shoulders. Tuck under your toes and push back to a child's pose. If you want to do a wide leg child's pose, go for it. If you feel like no, you'd rather have your legs closed, then you choose. But from here we inhale and we exhale. Drop the torso, hands out long. And again, remember to take your attention to your breath. Every time you feel you disconnected from the present, remember your breath is a wonderful guide. Now let's walk the hands to the right, all the way as much and as far as you can. Inhale here and exhale, drop the head, drop the torso. Notice what happens now that we have our body in this position. When we inhale, do we feel one side of the body, maybe the left side, expanding? And what happens with the right side, that it's a little bit crunched to the side? On your next exhale, we walk your hands to center and we continue to the left. Inhale here and exhale, drop the head, drop the torso. Keep your hands long, your arms long. And again, notice the sensation on the right side body. What happens when we breathe in this position? Which parts of the body are opening and creating space, and maybe some others are not, are closer. On your next exhale, we go back to center. Inhale here and exhale, roll your spine all the way up. Head and neck come last. You can stay kneeling, you can sit cross-legged, the way you feel more comfortable. Inhale, grow tall. Imagine you had a ball over your head and you needed to push it up. So we inhale, sweep the arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, bend the elbows, shoulder blades draw towards each other, shine the chest forward. Drop your hands. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And then imagine you had to hug a big, big, big beach ball. And this ball expands towards all the sides, to the front, to the sides, to the back. Drop your head. Drop your arms, lift the head up, and inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. And exhale, bend the elbows, cactus the arm, chest forward. Try not to collapse on your neck. Drop the arms all the way down, and inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, we hug the ball that grows. We're trying to grab it, but it grows, it expands to all its sides. Drop your hands down. Lift the head up. Amazing. Now take your hands to the front for a little tabletop. Let's just warm up through the wrists. So we take the weight of our body towards our hands, towards the front, to the sides. Maybe some circles. And now we find stillness. Let's check the alignment. So hands under shoulders, knees under the hips. We stack them up. And then from here, we're gonna take our weight to the right hand, and we're gonna sweep the left arm all the way up on an inhale. And exhale, thread the needle. Inhale, up and twist. Be mindful of the shoulder, and exhale. Thread the arm down and inhale, up. Remember to be very mindful of your breath. Go as far as you can. And now we're gonna exhale and thread the arm, but we're gonna place the whole arm on the floor and the left side of your head. I'm sorry, I'm giving my back to you. And from here, we're gonna inhale and lift the right arm up to the sky. And then we're gonna wiggle our fingers, circle the wrist, like really big movements with your fingers. And try not to collapse on your low back. Keep an active shape. Wiggle those fingers open and close on the wrists, or just the wrist that is up. Well done. Now we place the right hand next to our face and we push up to a tabletop. Nice, amazing. Now let's go to the other side. So we take the weight towards the left arm and we inhale and sweep the arm all the way, the right arm all the way up to the sky. Imagine your fingertips had some paint and you needed to paint the air all the way and through. Inhale and paint the air up. Remember to keep breathing in and out through your nose. And exhale, we thread this arm through. Inhale, up, up, up. exhale, thread the arm. Last time, inhale up, feel the twist on your spine, and exhale down. And now we place the back of the arm on the floor, the right side of our head. And we inhale and take the left arm all the way up to the ceiling. And from here, we're gonna start to wiggle this wrist, the fingers. Nice, you can do some circles. Open and close the hand. Yes, amazing. Now we place the hand next to our face. We push it up to a tabletop. Amazing. Let's go through some spine wiggle. Now I invite you to be intuitive, right? If you feel there are any achy areas of your spine, of your torso, that you would like to explore and expand and create some space, you can do some circles. You can just wiggle to the sides, or you can do a classic cat and cow. Remember to keep breathing and let your breath guide your movement. Just one breath or two more. Nice. Now from here, we go back to tabletop. Now let's take the right leg all the way out, place the toes on the floor, and we push the heel towards the back of the room. We're gonna feel or create sensation on the calf muscle. Remember not to lose. Sometimes when we take the focus to one part of the body, we lose focus of the whole rest. So remember to not collapse on your shoulders, pushing the floor away. Your head is in line with your spine. Don't drop the head. And you can maybe wiggle the leg that is straight back and put some pressure. You take the weight. You use your hands to push through the heel. Nice, well done. Now we're gonna lift the right leg, bend the knee, bend the foot, and open the knee to the side in very slow motion. We are gonna try to place this right foot next to the right hand. Now we're gonna need to maybe wiggle a bit the body for a high lizard. Let's check that the back foot is not done a sort of croissant shape, and really place the whole back of the foot on the floor, point the toes, but relax. And you can use blocks if this is too deep, on the height that you fancy the most, you feel more comfortable. You can just have your hands on the floor, the chest is shining forward, and let's just wiggle the weight here slightly. Check with the hip joint. We can take the weight back and forward to the sides. Maybe just move the leg around, the right leg. Be mindful of not collapsing on the right ankle. Keep the ankle stable. And just maybe open and close the knee to the sides. Great. From here, if it's available to you, and if you would like, you can drop down to your forearms. If not, if this is too intense, again, remember to assess yourself. If you don't even want to do this pose and right now you are doing something completely different, then I'm proud of you. Nice, let's explore for a little longer, 1 or 2 breaths. Nice, from here, we stand on our hands again. And with the right hand, we are gonna open the right knee and we twist the torso slightly, take the gaze up and push the knee open. very gently. It's not like a yanking. It's not a super push. It's just letting the weight of your hand open your hip a little bit more. Go back to center. You can also do this on your forearm. Amazing. Now, if you were on your forearm, we go back to our hands. Heel toe the right foot towards the center of the body. And now here, it's a great idea to have a block with you. 2 blocks. You can stack them one over the other one. Remember the height that you feel more comfortable with. And we're going to do a quad stretch from the lunge. But first, we're going to do it actively. So bring your left heel to touch your bum. Nice. And we inhale, sweep the arm up and over. We don't touch the foot yet. We keep it active. And then we grab the foot and we bring it closer to our hips. You can take your gaze back. You could also gaze down. Now we are putting weight on the left arm. And again, be mindful of not collapsing on the shoulder. Push the floor away. And if this is too intense, you can also take your hips a little bit back. Amazing, and keep breathing. From here, let's let the leg loose, but very controlled. We place the leg down. Nice. Take both your hands to frame the right leg. And from here, tuck under the toes, and we're going to push it all up. Bring the back foot slightly closer to the center. Not too wide and not too short. Middle way. And inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Amazing. Now, here we're going to check. We're going to use our hands to feel where our hips are. So the front toes are facing the front. The back toes are kind of in a 45 degrees angle. Both legs are super engaged, the quads, the glutes. And let's take your hands to your hips and feel kind of the height where maybe one is higher than the other one. Maybe one is towards the front. And I want you to bring the hips to face the front, right? Maybe put your hands here on your hip bones, the heel of your hand on your hips. From here, inhale and lengthen the spine. Imagine you're trying to touch the ceiling with the head, and very gently we are going to fold from the hips. Now we will reach a point where we're going to start feeling our hamstrings. I want you to stop there. If you want, you can take your hands on prayer at the center of your chest, or if you want a little bit of extra challenge, you can open both sides, both hands to the sides. It might feel a little bit wobbly, but it's all good. Remember, it's just your body trying to keep you balanced. Inhale. And if you want to, we exhale and we drop the torso for a more passive stretch. Legs, even though it's passive, legs are still working really hard. They're very active. Here you could bend slightly your front knee. So we kind of take away a little bit the pressure from the hamstring. And now bring a block. Place the block in the outside of your right foot. Place the hand on the block, and we're going to inhale and press against the block. We lift the torso up, and then we sweep the right arm up. You can take the gaze to our fingertips, or you can keep the gaze on the floor. as you wish. Feel the twist, feel the hummies, feel the wobbly movements of your body trying to keep you there. Inhale here and exhale. Drop the right hand, move the block away, and we frame the right foot. Maybe we need to step the left leg a little bit further back. From here, strong through the arms, and take your right leg back to a plank. Inhale here and exhale. We wave it back to a downward facing dog. Push the floor away with your hands. Your shoulders are trying to touch your ears even. Bend the knees, and let's just take a few breaths to wiggle your downward facing dog. Move your hips. You can move your hips, but also I invite you to move your shoulders in a controlled fashion so you don't hurt yourself. Remember to listen, to be intuitive. And let's come to find stillness. We're gonna be here for 1 or 2 breaths. Let's actually make it 3. At your own rhythm, at your own pace. All right. Inhale here and exhale. We drop it down to a tabletop. Now, tabletop, remember to first wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips, spine is nice and long. Imagine you had a broomstick that was laying at your back and you needed the broomstick to be stable there, to keep it there. So if you would drop your head, the stick would come down. If you would drop your hips, the stick would go back. So we need the spine to be nice and long. And keep your breath smooth. Every time you inhale, the belly expands, and when we exhale, it contracts. Now let's take the left leg out long, place the left toes, and push through the heel towards the back of the room. Try not to bend the knee, the left knee. And be very gentle, because sometimes we don't really stretch the calves too much. So going gently into the poses is always a great idea. So we prevent any injuries, any stress on the muscles, maybe pain. And again, try wiggling the back foot to see maybe if we change. If we move the heel towards the center and we press back, does it feel? What does it feel like? Nice, amazing. From here, take your weight to your hands, lift the left leg up, flex the foot, bend the knee, and very slow motion, we open. We're trying to keep the rest of the body stable and not wiggle it all the way and move it around. Trying to keep everything else very stable. We bring this left leg very smoothly, and we try, without lifting anything from the floor, trying to place the left leg next to the left arm. Here we might have to wiggle the right leg a little bit back. Untuck your toes for a high lizard. Now again, here you can, if this is too deep, you can get some help from your blocks to keep you a little bit higher. So we remove some stress from your leg. Now we're gonna wiggle, explore the hip space, move the hips to the sides, maybe back and forth. Again, very gently, very mindfully. Nice. When we come to the front, if you would like to, you can take both forearms to the floor. And still wiggle this hip, the left one, wiggle it to the sides. From here, we're gonna take the weight to the right arm. Open slightly your knee. Bring your left arm to touch the knee, the left knee, and open it to the side as you twist with your torso. And you can either gaze down or you can gaze to the sky. And remember to keep this opening of the knee very, very gentle. The chest is nice and long. We are not curled down, rather expanding and creating space. And breathe. Nice. From here, let's go up to your hands. Heel toe your left foot at the center. And now from here, let's tuck under the right toes and push it up. Bring the right leg closer to the center, and very strong, we inhale and lift the torso up. Once we're here, we take our hands to our hips, and again, take a look at where your hips are. If there's one side that is kind of wanted to go to the front, if there is one side a little bit down and the other one a little bit higher. I want you to take the back of the heels of your hands to your hips and check that they are both in line and square towards the front of the room. Your front leg toes are towards the front. The back foot is slightly open, 45 degrees to the outside. And so from here, we're gonna inhale, strong through the legs, engage the glutes, engage the quads, and ground down. Remember to use the strength of your legs to ground you down. Inhale, lengthen the spine, feel this opposite energy going down through your legs and up through the crown of your head. And from here, we hinge of the hips and we fold. Now, I would like you to take the fold only up to where you already start feeling the front hamstring stretching. From there, we're gonna hold. You can take the hands to your hips. You can take the hands in prayer to the heart center. If you want a little bit of extra challenge, we fly our hands to the sides. Keep breathing. Spine is nice and long. Strong through the arms, strong through the legs. Inhale here, and then we exhale and we drop it to a more passive stretch. Again, you can use your props. You can just, if you need to be there, you can keep it there. If you want to keep it here, it's all good as well. Just choose your height, choose the way it suits you better. If you are folded all the way down, drop your head. Remember, even though this is a passive stretch, so we are using the weight of our torso to stretch our hammy. Even though it is a passive stretch, our legs are working really hard to keep us balanced, right? Because if we would let the legs with no power, we would just fall. Nice. Inhale, lift the torso, grab your block, place it towards the outside of the left foot, place the hand on the block. And so we inhale, we lift the torso away from the leg, we grow long, long, long towards the front, and remember our paint fingers. From here we paint all the airway up to the sky. This is a very challenging balance, at least to me. And again, you can gaze up or you can gaze down to the floor. breathing. Feel the twist on your spine. Feel your legs active, keeping you grounded, keeping you stable. Inhale here, and then we exhale and drop the left arm down. Move your block away. Frame the left foot. Take the right leg a little bit back. Inhale here and exhale. We go to a plank pose. We inhale in plank, exhale, drop the knees, bend the elbows all the way down to the floor. Inhale, we lift to a cobra, engage in the glutes, and then we exhale and take it back to a downward facing dog. Great, amazing. Let's just for 1 second drop the knees, sit back on the heels. Let's take one hand to your chest, one hand to the belly. And again, bring our attention to the breath. And I really invite you to, when you inhale, to create some space, to relax the muscles of your belly, relax your pelvic floor. Let the lungs, let your diaphragm go down. Give space for the breath to grow inside of you, inside your chest. And when we exhale, there's a slight contraction so we can let the air out. So we engage when we exhale, and again we inhale and expand. Drop everything, relax the tummy, and exhale. We contract slightly to let the air out, to keep the pressure system fluid. Great. Now, for this next little part, I'm first going to show you one movement that we're going to do, because maybe when we're on the floor, it's going to get a bit confusing, maybe not. But the idea is that we are going to do on the floor this movement. So from arms out, we're going to bring knee and elbow to meet together at the center of the body, and then with the other side. But we're going to do this laying down on the mat. So let's go for it. Let's take all our weight and lay down on the floor. So we're going to start with our right arm and our right knee. So we inhale and we grow long, long, long. Try to walk your hands as far as you can to the front and stretch your toes and stretch your legs as long as you can. And from here, we are going to bring the right arm, we're going to bend it towards the center, and using this right arm as support, we're going to kind of roll slightly to your left side and actively engage the glutes and bring the knee to meet the elbow and relax. And from here, we are going to roll. Don't mind if you go out of the mat, it's all good. If you don't like it, you can wiggle yourself towards the mat. But from here, we're going to push the floor with our hand, with our right hand, sorry, and we're going to roll towards the left, all the weight to lay on our back. We keep the right knee bent. The left arm is long, the left leg is long, and then the right knee is close to our chest. So from here, we can cactus both arms. And let's flex the right foot and bring the right leg to a half happy baby. But active, right? I'm not using my hands to bring the leg or anything yet. If you want, you can bring your left hand over your hip, and you can use this to kind of anchor your body to the floor, because maybe what we tend to do is to like lift this left hip. So let's try to push it down towards the floor. And once you feel like, okay, I want the passive one, you can wrap your two-piece fingers on your big toe. You can grab the outside of your leg. The left leg is also super active, right? We can point the toes, or we can flex the leg. We can flex the foot. Now, well done. Little challenge from here. Let's bring the knee to the chest. And we are gonna have to come back the same way we came here. So straighten your left arm back, long. Your left leg is also long. So your whole left side body is open and long. And we're gonna roll back. Now you're gonna you can use your elbow if you want, your right elbow to push you. And we start from the hip. So we cross the right knee over. And at some point, then the leg is gonna touch the floor. Keep the knee bent and bring this right bent arm to meet at the center again. Now from here, use your right arm and first take your right leg back. Then we take the right arm back and again we stretch it, stretch it, stretch it. And from here, we first bend the left arm. And then we're gonna bring very carefully this left knee to meet the elbow. And from here, let me just take this out. From here, let's roll. Use your left hand to roll you back. All the way until our backs are fully on the floor. The left knee is still bent and close to your body. And now here we're gonna cactus the arms, flex the left foot, and actively bring your knee to the outside, like as if your knee was trying to touch your armpit, your left armpit. Right, remember this is an active happy baby. Then we take the right hand and we place it on the right hip to keep us grounded, to keep this right side grounded. The spine is nice and long. Try not to collapse on your neck. And if you feel comfortable and if you want to, we take this to a passive version. You will notice the differences between passive and active stretches. It can be that sometimes when it's a passive stretch, we can go a little bit deeper. But we also have to be really mindful of not going deeper than our whole tissues want, because then we can get injured or can get some pain. Amazing. Now, bring this left knee to the chest. Release the happy baby. Take the right arm long out on the floor, and we're gonna go back the same way we came. So you can use this left elbow to push you slightly. The right knee crosses over the body until it touches the floor. And there we bring this right knee to meet, the right elbow to meet the knee. Inhale here, use your hand for support, use your left hand for support and take the left leg out long. Take the left arm out long as well. And inhale and stretch it, stretch it, stretch it, stretch it, stretch it, and then bend the elbows. Place both the back of your hands, or you can cross your forearms again, and we come back to where we started. Remember to slow down your breath now. Big inhales and exhales. Inhale, expansion, relaxation, and exhale, contract and release. Okay, so from here, take both your hands under your shoulders and push it up and back to a narrow legs child's pose. So take both your hands, both your arms to hug your legs. and release. Just drop your shoulders, drop your head. Maybe you can roll your forehead on the floor if it feels nice. And we come to find some stillness. On your next exhale, we roll the spine all the way up to seated. Now, if you have blocks or if you have a bolster or anything where you can sit up on, then bring it to you. If you don't have, it's okay. You can still sit on the floor. You can even sit on a chair if you want right now. So we're going to take a comfortable seat. Nice, and we're gonna do some breath work. So we are gonna inhale and exhale for the same count. So we're gonna inhale for 5 and exhale for 5 for a few times. Now again, I invite you to focus on this motion of the torso, right? Inhaling and expanding, but relaxing. It's not we expand, contraction. No, we expand and we let the belly grow, but remember that the breath is a kind of a 360 sort of motion on the body. So it's not like you just inhale and the belly grows like this. It's more expansion, right? The same as when you fill a balloon, you fill up a balloon and it expands in all its ways. And then when you exhale, when you let the air out of the balloon contracts. And so the air can go out, right? So let's focus on keeping our breath very soft. If 5 is too much, you can reduce the counting. You can do it 3-3, 4-4. If you think it's too little, you can even do it a little bit longer, 6-6. All right, so once you're ready, you can close your eyes or you can keep them open or you can soften your gaze down. And let's take both our hands to our womb, right? To our belly. So grab it as if it was a vase that you needed to support, but don't put pressure on it. Just have your hands resting on your belly, on your lower belly. Let's first take one releasing breath, inhaling through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. And so we start. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And drop your hands. Let your breath come back to its unrushed pace. And notice if your breath is different from the beginning of the class when we were laying on our stomach. And let's take these last few moments. If you would like to go to a Shavasana, please be my guest. If you feel like staying sit up is all right for you, then go ahead as well. Choose the one you like. I'm going to give you a little bit to choose how you want to finish this class. And once you get there, very gently, you're going to close your eyes if they were not already closed. And I want us to take these last couple of minutes for appreciation, for coming to this class, for taking the time, for showing up to yourself, for showing up to your well-being, for showing up to exploring and connecting to you, to breath, to movement. Take a scan of your body. How does it feel? How is my energy feeling? Very gently, in your own time, we bring back some sensation to our physical body, maybe wiggling the fingers and the toes, circling the wrists and the ankles. You can stretch up, maybe find a yawn. And then very slowly we roll to one side and we pause. Feel this. Pause. And then from there we push it back to sitting. If you are still on your Shavasana and you want to stay there any longer, feel free to do so. If not, we're going to finish this class with a big releasing breath. So we place one hand on top of the other at the heart center. And all together we inhale. And exhale, sigh it out. Palms together. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to come, to connect with you. And I would like to appreciate also all the lineage of yoga and everyone who has worked really hard to give us and show us this way. So yeah, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling really juicy right now. Yes, so if you like this flow and you would like to have more stretchy flows, please leave a comment. If you subscribe to my channel, then you can ask in the comments for any kind of doubts, anything that you would like me to go any deeper into. So yeah, I hope you have a lovely day, and I hope to see you again on the mat very soon. Bye bye.